Yeah.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. We are not live. We are not live, but we are alive, Gary.
Hello.
Is there a delay today?
Is there a delay? I don't know. I thought, did she say something then?
Yeah, hello. So lovely YouTuber, if you would please like our content, that would be fantastic. Drop us a like and also subscribe, hit the bell, do all those things, and then you'll know when we put our content out there, which is every other Friday for our tea time tutorial, and then every other Saturday for the podcast Breaking the Block. So lots to see on this channel. So please do hit that like button. It helps us get out into the algorithm. Today we are going to be using both sides of our brain, both hands at the same time, because we're going to be doing a drawing with both sides and both hands and both pens working at the same time. How crazy is that, Gary? But it's an experiment. Yes.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd have a go at that. We saw this on Instagram, and it's supposed to test your brain and challenge you. And we like doing this channel, we like trying new things. So that is my idea that I have brought to Gary for this week's tea time tutorial. Right then. So shall we do this experiment? So I saw this thing on Instagram, and I mean, this is not a lesson in learning anything particular, but I just thought it was interesting, as we always talk about the brain and mindfulness and how it works. And this chap just said he, as part of his drawing practice, just brought this in one day, and he said, and he's found that as he's been practicing, he's got better and better and better. But he said, but he finds it very meditative and very therapeutic, and it also challenges him.
And I suppose this exercise actually gets us, like you say, it's about the left and the right brain thinking. So it's about right and left hand working. It's a bit like that little party exercise or party trick. When you pat your tummy and no, was it pat your head and rub your tummy?
Exactly.
So you're doing two different actions. And again, that does take a bit of concentration. Not everyone could do it. So this could be absolutely brilliant, or it could actually make us think about different things, or it could be an absolute disaster. I don't know.
But the thing is, now what he did was he chose to do a plant pot with some flowers and leaves. So I think you do need to start with something in your head as to what you are going to draw.
Yeah. So again, that's a good point. Visualizing an image in your mind. Now, you just automatically do it. I automatically do it. But actually, not everyone can visualize a picture in their head. And I didn't realize this until it was one of Nick's sisters had said, we were talking about, visualizing and what it's going to look like. And she said, actually, she can't do that. She has to actually see the image in front of her to then recreate it. So she can't visualize it in her head. And I just think, where something, you take for granted, you automatically do. Not everyone could do it. So you might want to put, you could put a plant pot or a vase of flowers in front of you, or an object in front of you, not too complicated. And in fact, it's not necessarily about being realistic. I think this probably is about being just having a go and just looking at lines and seeing what you can do. All right.
Yes, well, I've just actually got an object in front of me, so I'm not going to say what it is, but I've just put green pen all over my hands as well. I'm going to try and do my object, and you just try and do something mind, and let's see what happens.
You need to start somewhere. So I'm going to just start. I'm going to just start with maybe just the vase like that. And I automatically then, I'm just like you are. I'm just going sort of symmetrical. So I just started that. So I don't know. So it's going to be really difficult. So I'm just going to choose stems of flowers. Whoa.
Oh, it's quite an interesting. I quite like it. There's something I like about doing this. Do you know what I like? It's that we're doing lines over lines, and that is kind of, when you draw, sometimes I think the danger can be that you try to be too precise by doing one line drawing. Do you know what I mean? And it's actually great when you're sketching to do lots of different. If you're sketching with a pencil and a pad, and you're sketching like a seascape, you're going to do loads of different lines, and it's going to be like feather-like techniques, which is actually a good way to do it. I think a lot of artists would go wrong by trying to do something in one line. So this is
really easy. Oh my gosh, Rachel, I know what you're doing. That's really good.
And I'm trying to do it at the same time, just failed there a bit. But
Really don't. Well, it's very, you can easily put the two paints together, and then you can sort of like draw one side and bring it together like so. So that's like a petal. But to actually then go a petal, like this is a bit like patting your head and rubbing your tummy. So I'm doing a petal over one side and a petal over the other side. So it's about, where do you place your vision? You've got to either draw back and place your vision over the whole thing, or you just quickly glance from one thing to the other. But I'm tending to, yeah. Very stylized flowers. Rachel, that is fake.
I love this.
I if I can
tail. I don't want it. His tail's
going
to look a bit rude.
It's what?
His tail might look a bit rude.
No. I'm just looking through my coloured pencils here at the site. I'm just thinking, could I bring any coloured pencil in? I'm just thinking, oh my gosh. I know I like to draw quite freely, but this is really free for me.
Yeah, it's yeah, I'm going to bring in some of the pencils as well. I'm going to bring in
I think you can bring in another sort of like more texture into it or whatever you're creating. So yeah. And again, I must hold these properly. I mean, funny enough, when I do sort of like warming up exercise, drawing up warming exercises, which actually this is a really good one to add to my repertoire. Yeah. But I do in my repertoire when, with students and stuff saying, right, we're going to start drawing. Let's warm up like any other, like an athlete would, is let's use our non-dominant hand. So we all have a dominant hand. Very few people are really ambidextrous and can use both, but this is sort of a task that's trying to get us to do that. And then draw with your non-dominant hand. And that does take some concentration, but it helps you warm up a little bit as well. And also drawing without actually observing. So take your eyes off it. Either blindfold yourself, put something over your eyes so you can't see, or put like a blanket under the paper and draw under the blanket. That's quite a nice thing to do as well. So then just...
Yeah, and I am trying to, like you say, I'm trying to keep drawing at the same time, because that's the idea.
Yeah, and again, see, mine's I'm just doing a vase of flowers, just out of my head and just doing that. You're actually doing an observed drawing, so you're observing in front of you. Yeah. So that's and I wonder that you're getting really good accuracy there. It is looking quite accurate to what's in front of you. So yeah, interesting. I'm going to get a yellow. What other colour could it go with a yellow? Maybe like a brown or something. Trying to just keep quite sort of tonal. I'm
trying to do your thing now. I'm doing a circle on that side and a square. Oh, that's hard. Now I spot my drawing now.
You spot what have you got in the background there? What's behind it?
Paint. The paint.
Oh, the paint.
Yeah. And this is a circle of paint. Yeah, I'm not so happy with my drawing now. I don't like that, but I like him there.
I like him. I wonder what else I could bring in. Oh, what's around me? I might just bring in another. I could put in a little bit of paint into it. It's because I can't help myself. Let's just drop in a little bit. Oh, because if I'm gonna drop some paint into it, I've got to do it with both hands. Yeah. So I've got to have two paint brushes. So I've got to paint in one area, and then I've got to paint in another. Oh,
let me try that. And I've got my greens here rather handily.
And I'm going to just sort of cross over. Let's see if I can get that into shot. I'm going to sort of cross over, and I'm going to be doing one over here. Oh, it's where you have to focus your eye. I suppose I'm used to like using eye and hand coordination, and that is quite challenging.
That's quite hard painting, I think, with two together.
Yeah, and to get the accuracy with it is.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Oh, that's quite nice, actually. And using that, to get that tone. What fun.
This is, well, we've never done anything like this before.
Oh. Yeah, I'm annoyed with myself now that I did those 2 bits, but never mind. Never mind. I like him. He's great. Right.
There you go.
I'm just going to do some.
Oh, you've been doing too many art classes. Now look at you. You don't even need me no more. You're just doing it. Let's have a few splats. Yes.
And I'm going to now bring in my little friend to show people.
So everyone.
I was.
Hey. There he is.
The
crafty monkey.
The crafty monkey. Fabulous.
Let's do it. There you go. Is that in shot? There we go. You can see that then. Wonderful.
Yes. Well, do you know something?
I like that.
I mean, it's brilliant. I think for a first time go for both of us to be able to, because I hadn't practiced this, so I think to be able to both hands like that is quite amazing, actually. And yours, I love yours. I love the sort of, the shadows and the pinks and, like you say, the sort of free form flowers. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I sort of kind of went for it. I went from felt tips, then I had some pencil in there, and then I got my paint. So I had some paint to the side here. So I just went in with a bit of paint, but trying to just remember to use both hands and almost like cross over and work at the same time. What I like about it does, I think if any of you out there, that you tend to be a bit tight with your drawing. When I say tight, say for instance, you get like, it could be a pencil or a pen, but you're almost like this, really tight little drawings. Yes. This exercise really loosens you up. It loosens up your mark making. So because you're trying to control 2 pencils or 2 pens at the same time, it allows the mark making to become much more looser. And I think for me, or for a lot of people, any creativity, you've got to let go. You've got to let go that the mark isn't quite accurate, that it's a little bit loose, it's sort of wandered away, but you can pull it back. You can layer up. So if your pencil line went a bit loose, then you layer with another layer, use some wet paints, and some nice daubly little sort of painterly marks on there. I just think it just brings it all together. So a great exercise, making the brain work, both sides of the brain at the same time work, and to make you a little bit more freer, looser, let go within your art making, your creativity.
Yes. Yeah, fantastic. I think that's a really interesting exercise. Brilliant. Let's bring us back into vision.
Right. Let's.
We go, Gary. I think that was very interesting. Here is the fella, by the way, now in all of his glory. Look. Ah. He's so sweet. And there's my picture next to him, so you can see. Look, I mean, it's almost the same.
I like because you've got that darker shade. You've got like shaded sides. It's like it's in shadow one side, isn't it?
That's his shadow side, Gary. Oh, we've all got one of those. That's his dark side, as it comes out at night time when I'm not in the office. Oh, brilliant. Well, a very simple little video today, but I think an interesting one. I think, as you say, fantastic warm-up. I think if you are sitting down and you want to now do some painting or something, I think a great warm-up, just get the hands, like you're doing yoga or something, just get the hands moving and, and get that brain working and get, both sides going, and then they all just kind of flow.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. Really interesting.
Excellent. So, lovely YouTuber, thank you so much for joining us, and please do give us a like. It would be fantastic to have you on a regular basis, but I'd be interested in the comments to hear what people think about that drawing exercise. And the great thing is, Gary, as well, is that it only takes, you can do that in a couple of minutes if you want. I could draw that monkey in a couple of minutes. So it's just a nice little kind of warm-up, isn't it, which is fantastic. You could even do that on a train or something, just take a pad with you and just sketch something. So yeah, really cool, really good. So thank you very much. Thank you to lovely Gary, and we will see you, YouTuber, next time. Bye bye.